I want this death scene to be talked about forever, and I feel like I did just that.
From the beyond, Fantasia. That's really fun to say. Fantasia Royale Gaga.
Gaga, right? That's how you. That's how. So usually when I host the show, that's how I say it. So I've gotten everyone to start saying it like they're like Gaga, because it's
Yeah,
supposed to
it's
be
like
something big. It's supposed to
it's
be
impossible
big.
to not be dramatic when I say it. I was like, is this too dramatic? I'm like, well, I'm supposed to say Gaga? No.
No, that's too plain. That's too
Yeah.
plain.
You're like, I'm not doing this interview until you say my name correctly.
Gaga. That's right.
Gaga. Amazing. Thank you for coming to chat with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Where is your new baby fantasy? Popping around somewhere?
Oh my gosh. Oh, she's at daycare.
She's
They're
at
at daycare right
daycare.
now. Yeah.
You got a working mother. You got to send that kid to daycare. You got shit
Oh
to
my
do.
gosh, it's my first child, so it's going a little rocky.
Oh, well, congratulations on motherhood.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So this last episode's challenge was to create a drag kaiju monster, which is kind of the coolest prompt I've ever fucking heard.
Yes, yes, yes.
When you heard that, do you like where does it, your mind just is like goes in a million different directions?
Uh, yes and no.
Okay.
Because I was not really into like kajus
Yeah.
or like I mean I grew up watching like Godzilla and all
Mhm.
that, all that type of stuff, but I wasn't like into it like that.
Right.
So when they said drag kaju, I did my little research, and then that's when I started getting excited because I'm like, where do I start? What do I pick? What do I do? So I was always inspired by a look that someone done a long time ago in my drag career, a look that always stood out to me. It was like the centipede look and everything. So I started researching out. I started looking up like Japanese colors, Japanese kajus, Japanese colors, like poisonous centipedes and everything. And so that's basically how I came up with my kaiju. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a poisonous centipede, come out with the arms and everything, and baby, we're gonna knock down some shit.
The arms were great when you first came out and they were all moving like in sync. It wasn't kind of like, I don't know, if I tried to make this, it would be like you'd have some wonky arms in the mix. But I was like, oh, you have that shit on point.
Yeah, because like I mean they're all connected with like fishing wires.
Mhm.
So my arms go in the top. So whatever I do, all the arms they
Yes,
fall in sync. Yeah.
love it. If after hearing the critiques, is there anything about your look you would change? Would you change the color scheme? Would you kind of go darker with it?
Honestly, okay, so in my head, I thought that the color scheme was awesome, but then when you get there and you put it on, I still didn't think that, like I didn't think about the color scheme then because I was like, okay, the poisonous
Right.
colors, yellow, red. When you think of poisonous animals, what do you think of? Light colors and stuff like that. Where I think that I wouldn't have changed anything about my kaiju, but what I would have changed is two things. Looking back now, I would have changed the colors
Okay.
and I would have changed the headpiece. Because I feel like everything else about the costume I love.
Yeah.
Even with the colors. I mean,
Yeah.
like I would have changed the colors knowing now, but I like the yellow and red also. But for me, it was like, damn, looking at it now, yeah, maybe I should have changed the headpiece. I mean, maybe I should have did something more like spikes, something more like horns, something like
Mhm.
more like that instead of that, because I can see how it can look a little superhero from here on up. But if I would have had different colors, I don't think that it would have looked superhero from the
Right.
neck up.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like I would have definitely still did the poisonous centipede, but I probably would have changed the colors a little bit and maybe the headpiece. Yeah,
You still destroyed the shit out of that city, though.
of course, baby. Like when it's time for the performance, honey,
Yeah.
that's one thing you can't take away. I'm gonna show out on that stage.
I think one of my favorite commentaries I've heard this entire season was "Your boobs are boobing." That maybe of all time. I don't know, and it's not a lie. I mean, that was very accurate. I was like, "Those boobs are boobing, certainly."
Oh my god! And it's so crazy because when he said that, um, like I've heard that so many times. So it was so funny in my head. I just want to just bust out laughing because I'm like, oh my gosh, I hear that all the time from like my friends or like people that's just meeting me and stuff. They're like, oh my gosh, your boob are boobing.
I mean, same. I can't even, I lost track of how many times I hear
Yeah, yeah, right.
that. Do you have merch that say your boobs are boobing? Because if not, I think you need
No,
to get
I
on that.
don't. I don't. Actually, that's a good one. I don't. No, I don't have merch for that one, but I have some other merch for some other little things that were said on the show. Yeah.
This episode kind of brought all the rage. It was like the kaiju monsters, but you beat the hell out of the rage room and then you beat the shit out of each other. Was that cathartic for you, just pummeling on Throb?
Well, like honestly, I it was like, okay, it was to the point where it's like, okay, this is the final straw to determine. For me, I'm like, I can't let my boobs get in the way. I can't let I mean, because look, I have fucking a costume. I'm sorry, I mean, because I have a
Fine.
costume with all these tentacles, and then because my costume didn't have hands, I had to take the costume off and take my arms out. So I already felt like I was had a little disadvantage already because I got this costume with all these arms all over it. And then on top of that, I got like two kids on the top of my chest. So like, I mean, like it's almost like, okay, what I'm gonna do? But honestly, I was like, you know what, Fantasia, this is the time to show how much of a monster you are
Mhm.
and just forget whatever you're thinking and you got to whoop some ass. You got to whoop some ass. And honestly, when I went in there, I was like, you know what? Whatever. I was like, I don't care. I'll think about the rest later. I'll apologize later, but right now I gotta whoop your ass.
You send Rob like an edible arrangements, kind of a fruit basket or something afterwards as an apology.
As an apology, like, oh, I'm sorry to whoop on your ass like that, but baby, I had to do it.
You got to do what you got to do. It's a
You gotta do
competition.
what you
That's
gotta
all that
do. So
matters.
yeah, in that moment, but I must say that the kaiju was actually one of my favorite challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite challenges because I knew that my look, I love what I had, put together. And then also I was prepared like to knock down the cities and I love that. I got a chance to do that. But then the last part, the fighting against each other, that was fun. It was fun.
It was a good point in the season to have that challenge rather than earlier on. You let the tensions build a little bit and then you just unleash
Well,
the
I
contestants,
kind
I
of
guess.
figure, I kind of figured something like that was gonna happen. I mean, I didn't know like that extermination was gonna be like
Mhm.
that, but I figured it was gonna be something with us going against each other because kaijus, what they do, they fight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, we were all kind of like just prepping ourselves for what it's gonna be.
Right. What's this version of monster versus monster going to be?
Right, right. So I was like, okay, but it was fun. It was absolutely fun. Yeah.
I love it. I have to say, you have an excellent scream. Like your kill scene, that was a scream queen scene. So I think I need you in some horror movies, or at least you need to sell your scream to horror movies, something.
Right, right. Well, you know what? Like when we got there to do my death scene and everything, it was just like I was like, you know what? It was like, okay, this is the last time until the Last Supper that people are gonna remember you, Fantasia. So you better get your ass in there and you better put on a fucking show. And so that's all was going through my head, when they were directing me and let me know what to do. I'm like, let's do this shit. And then once again, I got on this centipede costume where I got to take my hands out and I got to run around with all the tentacles like pulling away and like so I'm like, girl, you got to put on a scene. I want this death scene to be talked about forever. And I feel like I did just that.
Nailed it.
I feel like I nailed it. And when I watched it, I was in here like, "Yeah." I was going up for myself. I was like, yes. But yeah, I really loved my death scene. I thought that was an amazing death scene, and I loved everything about it, especially like seeing the dead bodies and screaming. Like that was my favorite part.
Mwah, delivered. Well done.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You won the episode 4 Monsters of Rock solo challenge. And how did that feel after sort of you're kind of being questioned a little bit about how filthy or how rock and roll or how monstrous you could be, and then you won the fucking challenge?
Well, honestly, I was taken aback by winning that challenge because that's actually one of their favorite challenges,
Mhm.
and that's like one of the floor shows that they have just about every season. So for me to win it, I was just like, oh my gosh. Like I was so happy. You just don't understand how happy I was to win that one. Because that's one of the ones that I really wanted to win.
Mhm.
I really wanted to win that one. And honestly, like going for being questioned, like, oh, she's a monster. She's not a monster. Oh, she's not dark enough. Oh, she's not doing this. She's not doing this. I was like, okay, let me shut those motherfuckers up. And let me tell you and show you how dark I can get, So that was really fun. And then honestly, like right before we did filming, Tina Turner had just passed away a little bit before that, which she's one of my favorite singers. So I just kind of like thought about I was like, I'm gonna pay homage to her, but then also I'm gonna, still like add in that filthiness, that hardness, that darkness, and honestly to win it, especially with getting the critiques what I got the week before, I was like, okay, this is how you do a turnaround.
Yes.
This is how you do a turnaround. So no, I was really, 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 really happy to do that challenge and to win it. Yeah.
Hell yeah, amazing. You're like, this'll quiet you guys down for a couple of hours at least.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, honestly, like everybody has some amazing Monsters of Rock looks, but it was like even when we were there, I was getting so much love from my castmates. Like, oh my gosh, like it just made me feel so good that okay, this week, I'm getting a lot of love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well-deserved love too. That was a killer look.
Thank you, thank you.
Is that the look that you're most proud of from this season? Like, is that your favorite look?
Let's see. Actually, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
yeah, it would be
yes.
hard to beat. Yeah.
Well, it was a lot of work. That look was a lot of work. I mean, like everything was laid like piece by piece on there. Every belt, every
Damn.
buckle, like every single thing was laid like piece by piece. And I'm just like so proud of it. Like that's just a piece that I think that I'm gonna like put up. I mean, I wore those show already, but I'm like, I was gonna put up like I want Monsters of Rock.
Yeah, you got to frame it like they would do it like the Hard Rock Cafe. Remember they would have like the outfits up? You got to do that and have it like on display.
Right, 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 right. No, yeah, that was one of my looks that I was most proud of. And I would have to say that my second look that I was proud of was Garbage Pail Kids, the
Oh,
Garbage
yeah.
Can Kids. Yeah. Because I feel like that look just it screams Fantasia, it screams my aesthetic, and like I'm known for being a surgery dog, bimbo, and stuff like that. So I kind of like incorporated that with it. So I would have to say that one at Monsters of Rock, and then my third would be Kaiju.
Nice. Hell yeah. If you could create an extermination challenge for the remaining competitors, what would you choose? What would you want to put them through?
Ooh.
So much. Where to begin?
You know, I have two.
Oh, okay.
One because I like spicy food. I think that it should be a challenge where you have to consume the spiciest of the spiciest of the spiciest food with no drink.
No
With
drink?
no
You're a
drink.
monster.
No drink. The drink comes after when the challenge is over. But I
Oh
think
my
that that
God.
would be a fun one. But also, like, because a lot of people don't like spicy food,
Mhm.
and a lot of people can't take the spiciness. So that would be a good one. Or I think that something like I don't know, something like with wildlife. Like I don't know.
And then we're gonna maybe feed you to the animals. I don't really know. I
I
don't
don't
have the
know.
details
That
worked
like
out. We're gonna toss your ass in the jungle.
something crazy like that. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, being put in a habitat with lions or like in a cage or like something like that. Something really crazy and wild, naked and afraid.
I'm gonna say the competitors, y'all are very lucky that Fantasia is not creating these challenges for you. You would be kind of fucked.
Right. And both of these challenges would be something that I would do. So I'm like, okay, let's see.
You combine them. You're eating the spicy foods as you're naked and running away from the lions,
And
but
run
you
away.
can't drop your spicy lunch. You got to keep
And you
eating it.
can't drop anything because if you drop something, you're eliminated.
Boom, you're out. Boom,
Yeah.
immediately out.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
I like it. I can't do that challenge. I'm a spice wuss, but I would definitely watch it.
Yeah, I love me some spicy food. Oh, let's not even get into that.
Oh my God. I need to see you on Hot Ones now. I would love to see you on an episode of
Right,
Hot Ones.
right. I watch all the time. Is that what it's called? With the guy he bring all the celebrities and they have to taste. Okay,
Yeah.
so I saw the one with Cardi B the other day, and I was like, yeah, I was flipping through YouTube and I saw that one, and I was like, oh, child, I can do this. I can do this.
Easy in your sleep. Of course.
Easy.
Who do you think is the fiercest competitor this season?
Oh well,
Aside
myself,
from
of course.
Fantasia.
Fantasia Royale Gaga. Oh my gosh, like everybody. I don't know, like when I got there, honestly, and I just saw like with everybody when we started getting ready for not even for the beginning, but when we started getting ready for our first floor show, Terror in the Woods, and I started just, looking around, I was blown away. Because you don't know what to expect.
Right.
You watch other seasons and you like, I could beat them. I could beat them. I could beat them. I could beat them. So when you get to your season, you never know who's gonna be there, what to
Right.
expect. So all of them are some fucking fierce ass competitors, and I was just taken aback by all of them. I was so fucking like happy, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, to be in the room. So I don't know, but I do want to give a fucking special shout out to Neil. That Neil, okay, like this blows my mind.
That's basically what the review of Neo is, right? Like anytime you mention Neo, it's just like
The creative mindset on her blows me away.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm so happy and so proud of everybody, but I just want to give a little extra love to Neil. Yes.
Nice. Is there any competitor that surprised you this season? Like, is there anyone that you were kind of like maybe underestimating and then you were like, oh fuck, okay. They just brought it?
Honestly, no.
You just were
Honestly,
impressed by everyone across the board. As soon as you walked in, you were like, okay, we got some fierce competition.
yeah, most of everyone.
Oh, okay.
Are
you going to be expanding upon that, Fantasia?
No, I'm not gonna expand it, but I must say no. I was really impressed with everyone. Like I say, when I would look around the room and I would see what everyone was pulling out and stuff like that, I would be like, wow, okay. Yeah, but I mean, like, of course, watching the show, you can kind of see, what is what.
What you can see what is what. Okay. I will, I will leave it there. I will back away from it. You can see what is what.
You can see what is what.
Oh my God. We're all very excited for The Last Supper on January 9th. We get to see more of you, all the eliminated contestants. Do you think there's going to be any shockers at The Last Supper? You think everyone's going to it's very calm, a nice little calm gathering?
It's gonna be fun. I don't think there's gonna be like any shockers to make people be like, oh. But there are some amazing things that were discussed and like some fun and like some seriousness. So I think it's gonna be a little bit of everything tied in one. But most of all, I think it's gonna be a good time to finally see all of us back together again under one roof. So that goes different ways. So.
And you can tell what's what. Fantasia said, watch the fucking episode and you'll see what's what. That's what.
Oh my God, no, that's not how I'm saying it. That's not how I'm saying it. Oh my gosh, no.
So tell us where we can find you. Not your home address, but just socials.
Oh my gosh, you can find me everywhere. Where's the body? Everywhere. Those are my hashtags. But you can find me on Instagram, Fantasia Royale Gaga. You can find me on TikTok, Where's the Body Now? You can find me on Facebook. Just type in Fantasia Royale. It'll lead you right to my page, Latavia Golson. You can find me on Twitter, Fantasia Royale Gaga. And you can find me in a city. You can find me in a city near you
Ooh,
soon.
soon. Okay. I will be looking for you then.
That's right, baby. You never know
Yeah.
where I'm gonna be at.
Ooh.
Where's the body? She's everywhere, honey.
Also, where's the body? I know that's like your kind of catchphrase you're referred to as the body, but I
So
feel
yeah.
like there's opportunity for like a true crime podcast that you could host. Where's the body? It's gonna
Oh my God, that would actually be good. Yeah, that would
boom.
actually, I never thought about it like that. But now, oh, I don't know. Maybe it might be something I can start.
Oh, listen, I'm here today to
Yeah,
just give you all the ideas for your future projects. That's what
that would be good. That would be good. Thank you for that one.
you're welcome. That's my gift to you. That's my Christmas present to you and
Oh
the
my gosh, thank you.
amazing. All right, Fantasia, you were such a joy to watch, and we are very excited to see more of you on The Last Supper and in cities all over, right?
That's right, baby. You just never know where you're gonna see me, honey.
Woo!
You might turn on your TV and see me on something else. So
Oh, hell yes. Okay. All right.